Welcome back to inmyhomeoffice.com. Today we're going to look at researching the niche that you're going to consider building your business around. Now, what I've decided is I'm actually going to break this down into 3 days of training because there's quite a lot of to do with research, and it's probably the most important part of the decision making process in your business, because if you get the research right, your chances of success are going to be so much better. Over the last 4.5 years of my internet marketing career, there was many times where I just went blindly into a niche because I liked certain aspects about it, and what happened, it just didn't turn out well. So research is quite important. Now, there's 3 parts of research that you should be looking at. The first part is finding a niche where you can get recurring income. As we've run over in the past videos, it's you can go into a niche and sell somebody else's product and make a commission, which could be anything from 50, average of 50%, could be 60, it could be 70% if it's an information product. But you really come into your own when you create your own product, and you can make 100% of the profit. And then it takes another big leap when you add a membership component, and you can actually start charging $27 per month, or whatever you decide. Sometimes people build membership sites at $7 or $9 per month. Some go right up to $97. I belong to membership sites that are $500 a month, so it really depends. But the whole thing is that you still got to make a sale. So whether you're selling somebody else's product as a commission, it's just as hard to get that person to make that sale as what it is to make a sale of your own product where you're getting 100%. And then obviously if you're selling your own product and you've only got that one product, you've got to sell that product to many different people. Whereas if you have a membership component, you can have 400 or 500 people paying you the $27 per month, and they renew every month, providing you giving them the right, giving them value for their money. They're going to keep renewing. And it's just so much easier when you have that knowledge at the beginning of the month that there's going to be X amount going in at certain times in the month. It makes it a lot easier, and you got to sell a person into membership once, and the average I've noticed in my membership sites is that the average person will stick around 3 months. Now, it's quite strange because it doesn't really matter what niche it's in. It always seems to be that the numbers are the same. I have about 30% of people that'll come in and they'll just stick around forever. They've been in there since the membership site started, and they've just carried on renewing, and they've stayed there forever. Another 30% go in there and cancel within the first month. They just go in, have a quick look around, probably get access to the information, get what they need, and get out of there and cancel. But at the other 30% is they stick around for an average of 3 months. So I look at my memberships as, I've said across the board, a person's going to come in and they're generally going to stick around 3 months, and that's what I base my metrics around. So that's the idea, and that's why when we do research, we always look for, the component for the niche that's going to, that you're able to provide a membership component. The first part of research, what I use is a website called magazines.com. Now, the reason I look at magazines.com is because obviously if people are buying a magazine subscription, Magazines are fairly hard to sell because anybody can walk into their newsagent and they can take a magazine off the shelf, flip through it. If they just want one bit of information, they'll usually get it there and then and put the magazine back on the rack and walk out. But the people that are fairly passionate about the subject in that magazine will buy it and take it home, and the people that are even more passionate, the real passionate people, will actually buy a subscription to that magazine. Now you tend to find that anything on magazines.com. Now remember, these magazines, you can actually sell them. You can sell the magazine subscriptions, and I'll show you how to do that with Amazon for a commission. So this could be the first product that you offer to your group in your autoresponder. But the best way is to come to magazines.com. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Home and Gardening, and home and gardening, obviously people into their homes and their gardens, they're fairly passionate people. So this is a fairly easy one. Another easy one would be any hobby niche would be very, very easy. But just looking at home and gardening here, you can see you've got good housekeeping. Now these stars give you an indication of how well liked this magazine is. It also gives you an indication that what sort of subscription you're getting, what sort of price each the subscription is, so you can work out what people are paying per month. Now don't be deterred, because it's very, very common, like I've said before in other videos. These are just magazines people get, they read them and they throw them down and put them in the bookshelf or whatever. When you create a membership site online, you're able to use audio, you're able to use video, you're able to use text, you can use photos, images, and you also get a lot of interaction between members. So you can have, you can build in a forum. Now all these things are very, very simple to do, and if you follow me on this course, I'm going to teach you how to do every single one of those, and it's fairly simple. So the value to the person that subscribes to your membership site is going to be so much higher than buying a magazine. So a magazine that's $7 or $8 on the bookshelf, or in the newsagent, or on magazines.com, or from Amazon, you can quite easily, I've done this many times, sell an online membership for 27, sometimes 37, and sometimes $47 a month. So it is fairly simple to do that. Now, so what I suggest is you come to magazines.com, and you need to browse around here. Now anything on magazines.com is selling, because they wouldn't have a magazine subscription on the site that is not selling. Now you need to go through this, and you need to write down five magazines that you would be interested in building a membership site around. So for example, if you're into handyman works, you might consider this Family Handyman. And when you click on the link to go and actually have a look at the magazine, you can see that there's 10 issues per year. Now 10 issues per year means that this is a fairly popular magazine, because if it's not popular, they'll tend to go down to 6 issues per year. Sometimes they go down to 2, maybe 3 issues per year. But this is a popular one, 10 issues per year. The most popular are 12 issues per year, which is 1 per month. But you just cruise around here, you can see the price. When you go down here, they start putting stuff together, so you can see, like, there's a whole a range of magazines around the same sort of subject. You've got the Extreme How-To magazine, Better Homes, Family Handyman, and then you can actually go to the customer reviews, and you can actually see what the ratings are. So you can see the overall ratings, the ad relevance, content quality, photo quality, etc., etc. So this is just brilliant information. It also shows you, whether it's kid friendly, whether it's more for adults, etc., etc. So there's a ton of information that'll help you in making your decision as to which niche you want to get involved in. Now this is massive. I mean, any sort of home handyman online is going to be brilliant, because people want to do something around the house. They're going to go off to Google and they're going to search for it. So if you've got a membership site which teaches people how to do all this sort of stuff, it can be very handy. So there's tons of information. That's where you start. Magazines.com. You want to write down at least 5 ideas of niches that you would be interested in. Once you've done that, you then come across to Amazon.com. Now, when you're in Amazon.com, you want to type in the same niche. So we looked at family handyman. Let's go family handyman in magazines, and all we're doing is we're trying to get more ideas. So like we've put family handyman into Amazon. We just see what else comes up with. Now here we can see there's a whole ton of different stuff here, woodworking. So I guess in family handyman, you could break that down into a woodworking section, all these different sections. So there could be plumbing, there could be woodworking, there could be a whole heap of different stuff in there. So now what you do is you look around here. Now it's quite important. This is the number here that you need to be looking at, because these are reviews. So you want to look at the amount of stars, and want to look at the reviews. So in this particular case, Family Handyman, which is 1 year subscription, 10 issues over 12 months, has got 45 5 stars, 15 4 stars, and then there's a few 3, 2 and 1 stars. Okay, but the important thing is the high amount of feedback on these, which means that they are doing very well. I mean, here, Popular Mechanics, okay, that's not quite family handyman stuff, but that gives you a very good idea. If we had to type in family handyman and we came here and these reviews were down at 2 and 3, then obviously this is not a popular niche and you wouldn't consider that. So that's how you might strike that off your list and say, okay, we won't look at that because there's just not enough reviews. But this is showing me that family handyman is a great niche to be going into. So there you go. That gives you how you should come up with a list of at least 5 niches that you're interested in. The reason we look at magazines is because if magazines are selling, people are buying subscriptions, which means that we can build an online membership, which means we can get people to pay us monthly for access to this information. You do research on magazines.com and then you come across to Amazon.com, just so that you've got the 2 sources of information to back up just what you thought might be good on a good idea on magazines.com may not be a good idea when you come across to Amazon.com. So you do research, and what we'll do in the next video, we're going to be looking at how to check how much competition there is in that niche, and I'll also explain why it's absolutely imperative that you need lots of competition. So I'll speak to you then. Thank you.